It's Friday, January 13th. Coming up, before a daytime classic comes to a close later today, we're taking one last trip through Landview when The View salutes One Life to Live. Six-time Emmy Award winner and matriarch of Landview, Slezak, is our special guest co-host and looking back at her most unforgettable moments. And her co-star Robin Strasser is sharing how their 4-decade friendship was born out of being mortal enemies on screen. Plus, Robert S. Woods and Hillary B. Smith are revealing how it'll feel to say goodbye to one of daytime's most enduring love stories. And Cassie and James DePaiva are telling you how meeting on the set of One Life to Live led to spending their life together as husband and wife, and how Cassie's character is checking into General Hospital. And we're making history when the TV and Broadway star behind one of the most shocking daytime moments of all time, Judith Light, returns for the first time in almost 3 decades. All that, plus special guests and surprises as The View salutes One Life to Live.
Took this soap off the air. Hello. And welcome to The View, child. The end of an era of daytime television is coming. Yes. Well, it's hours from now. So today on The View, we're saluting One Life to Live. Our very, very special guest co-host is the woman who's played Victoria Lord, Gordon, Burke, Riley, Buchanan, Carpenter, Davidson, Banks. Lord, I was getting to it. For 40 years, 6-time Emmy Award winner, Slezak.
You know what's such a trip, Erica, is when you first auditioned for a soap opera, it was for All My Children.
Yes, it was.
And then they decided to cast you in One Life to Live.
Look at you there.
How did that happen, that you went for All My Children?
The casting director wanted, we had this same producer for All My Children and One Life to Live.
Yeah.
And she wanted the producer to see me on tape. And she said, "You're totally wrong for the character of Mary on All My Children." Nurse, I don't remember the character's name, but anyway, Mary. And so she said, "But I want you to do the audition." So I did the audition, and then they called me back about a month and a half, 2 months later. I went to Buffalo and did Desdemona Othello, and then I came back, and they said, "We'd like you to audition for One Life to Live," but they didn't tell me what the part was.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. And I met in a room Agnes Nixon and the producer and various other people, and I did the audition, and I left, and I thought, well, that's that. And then they called, and they said, "You got the job."
Wow. How many years ago was that? Again?
41 years ago. It was 1971. And the amazing thing is, I had never been on television, and I thought, okay, I got the job, and this was March 16th, 1971. I thought, okay, well, I have to learn how to be on television. I have to lose 5 pounds. I have to get the script. I have to memorize it. Maybe they'll give me like a month, and then I'll start. And the next words out of my agent's mouth were, "You're starting tomorrow." And I thought, I can't lose 5 pounds by tomorrow.
This is the thing about you. You had so many personalities on One Life to Live. Watching this, we never knew which personality we were going to get from you. So we have compiled some of your most memorable moments over the years. Let's take a look.
Victoria Lord, get the hell down here. I want to talk to you.
You can't be here while you're here, and you know that.
Yeah, you're a liar. This is her house, isn't it? Surprise, Vicky.
For crying out loud, you wuss! I'm still in Atlantic City. And I'm gonna have me some fun.
Okay. We have favorites that we saw. Nikki was in there, stirring up a ruckus. Yeah. In our audience right now is one of the women who helped define the daytime drama by creating All My Children and One Life to Live. Please welcome the amazing Agnes Nixon. Everybody probably does, but Erica was the third person of your choice to play the role. Now, what was it about Erica that where you said, okay, yeah, she's on?
Two Vicky Nickies, and I thought Doris Quinn, the producer, called me and said we're going to see Walter Slezak's daughter, and who's a great actress, and I thought, I don't know. I mean, I was so green. I walked into this room and saw this gorgeous young girl, and I said to myself, and then she did the scene. She was so terrific. I said, what hath God wrought? It was a success, and here she is today, still wonderful. Thank you.
You know what? We know you're chomping at the bit to find out what else is happening with us here on The View and this fabulous show. So you're going to have to come right back. And we will show you Erica's on-screen sworn enemy, Robin Strasser. And later, the actress behind one of daytime's most shocking moments, Judith Light, is reuniting with castmates here for the first time in almost 30 years. Please come back. We'll be waiting for you.
Not a day goes by where I don't use something I learned from my time on One Life to Live. I think of them often. I think of them fondly. And I am so grateful to them for making me part of a family.
Victoria has been tormented by her very sworn enemy, Dorian, played by my very dear friend, Robin Strasser. And frankly, we've had more knockdown, drag-out battles than I can count. Take a look.
We are already in hell. And you know the only way we're going to get out of here. Yes, I believe. I believe I do. Give me the key. No, give me the key. No, I'm not kidding. Give me the key, Dorian. Give me that damn key. No, I'm not kidding. I will fight you for it, Dorian. Oh.
Please welcome Robin Strasser. Bravo, Robin.
Yes, I brought Dorian with me. I couldn't count on the fact that I'd be able to hold it together. The adrenaline is going like this. Can you see? It's like boba.
You have your security stole.
Oh, I wanted everyone to know that I came with a purpose. And if this is the last time I get to dress up as Dorian, I'm making it count.
Were the fights between the two of you on set. I mean, literally, I'm not alone in saying we could watch those clips all day, right? We could just go back in time. What is it about the two of you and your angst that had everybody so in love? Because we love the fights. There was love there.
I'm going to answer. The whole relationship between Vicky and Dorian started out of a misunderstanding, where Dorian thought that Vicky had voted to get her off the hospital board, and Vicky was the only one who voted to keep her on. So she went after my father for his money, which Vicky realized right away, and it snowballed from there. But it's been the strongest relationship on the show forever.
Also, didn't you sleep with her son, who was much younger? That's another...
Yes. Yeah, but it was Nathan Philly.
Yes.
It was Nathan Philly, and I rest my case. And I would do it again for free.
Okay, Dorian and Vicky got into so many, as we have seen, so many screaming matches and fighting.
Yes.
What was it like, Robin, to film those scenes?
Did you get hurt ever?
You guys are going at it.
You know what it was like? It was like going into the ring with a black belt champion. Because when you knew you were working with Miss Slezak, you brought your best. I would just do everything to be ready to walk on the set and give it my all, because I had the opportunity and the blessing to work with the best of the best.
Well, let me return the favor, because I have always said that as an actor, you have to bring something to the table. Every single scene that Robin Strasser was ever in, she not only brought something, she brought a Thanksgiving Day feast to the table. So working with her was a joy, always a joy. And I think our last scenes were so touching and so sweet, and I missed you terribly after that.
Robin, it's so funny because I've been watching you since I was 4 years old, and I even was a little scared when I talked to Robin backstage, because you would play this mean, nasty little witch, and it's just like, and now to see you tearing up, oh my goodness. But what will you miss the most?
Erica Slezak and the clothes.
Especially the clothes.
Call me shallow. I don't care. I deserve it.
We would be there. And maybe the men, because Vicky and Dorian have fought over everything, including those fellows. So let's bring out the man you fought over most recently, none other than Clint Buchanan. Please welcome. That's a nice reunion, and that's proper placement there, because I have to ask you, took over the role 6 years ago, and then between these two women, you are betwixt in love between
6
the
years
two
ago, the Lord put me in Landview, and lo and behold, between these two lovely ladies.
Literally.
And who does God love? Obviously me, because I have been blessed for the past 6 years.
Before Jerry came on, you know, I asked around, and everybody had wonderful things to say about working with him.
Oh, please.
They were all true.
I got emails from total strangers. You're so lucky you get to work with Jerry Verdor. Everybody loves Jerry, and they do, and with reason. With reason.
Were you
and he's
nervous?
also the Tic Tac carrier.
Yes, I just heard those in
You know,
your
Robin was in a lot of bodysuits and showing off her body. Did you ever feel uncomfortable with that, or did you enjoy it?
In those days, when I had a body, heck yes.
You liked it?
What was it?
Big shoes to fill when you took the role. Were you nervous?
Yes, I was nervous. I was very nervous. First of all, it's like being dropped into the middle of a Russian novel. And I was on page 325, and somebody cued me and said, go. And thanks to this lady, who has an encyclopedic memory, she could fill me in on all who I slept with, who's my children, and all. She brought me up to speed on so many things. But I knew Clint Ritchie, and I tried not to emulate him or act like him. But instead, I chose to act it like Phil Carey. Yeah. In the sense that sons become their fathers and daughters become their mothers.
What a lovely way to think of it. We're so glad the three of you are here with us right now. We want to give our thanks to Robin Strasser and Jerry Verdor. We are going to be right back with Robert S. Woods and Hillary.
11 years old when I worked on One Life to Live. I was sort of a street kid who got adopted by a policeman and a woman who was a nurse. We were sort of the first African-American family on a daytime soap opera, and it was great training. And it's one of those things I'm very proud of and very happy to have been able to do.
Enduring and iconic love stories has been the relationship of One Life to Live's Bo and Nora, who had sparks flying the moment they met 20 years ago. Take a look. Oh!
I'm so sorry. I was in such a hurry.
Well,
I've spilled your drink all over you.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's just club soda, so a little red wine ought to get it right out.
Someone told me I could find Bo Buchanan out here. You wouldn't happen to know who he is, would you?
Well, I'm not sure that anybody really knows who he is. He's a complicated guy.
I was a klutz. I apologize. Do you have to be cute?
It's a tough job, but some...
Woo! Please welcome Robert S. Woods and Hillary B. Smith. Been watching this show. It's just like so amazing.
I was only 3, though,
I was
right?
I was.
And you were. Now, Bob, you created this role of Bo Buchanan in 1979. And when you first auditioned, you had to screen test with Erica Slezak. What do you remember about that day?
I remember, well, there were 2 roles I screen tested for, and I wanted the first one, and I didn't want the cowboy role because I heard he was a jerk.
Oh, wow.
And then, after we did the screen test, I got back to Los Angeles, and they said, well, you still think he's a jerk? And I said, no, it's really cool, you know? And they said, well, good, because that's the one they offered you. But after we finished the test, guess who went in the booth and said, I would lean towards this guy. I want this guy.
Agnes? Oh, Erica.
Erica. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, I went to the producer and I said, if there's a choice, and this was a producer who didn't particularly listen to actors, but I said, if there is a choice, I said, this guy is just awesome. He was so cute, I can't tell you. I was pregnant with my son in real life, and so the audition was done with me sitting behind a desk.
Yes.
And Bobby came in all kind of cowboy, and oh God, he was cute.
Well, you know, you 2 guys have these very steamy sex scenes, right? Yeah. And somebody told me, Little Bird told me that you guys like to fool around and tease each other when you behind the scenes, is it? Doing those steamy, what did you used to do?
I'd like to know who told you that.
I don't know, I can't really read my sources.
Did my husband say anything? I had these things called woodsies. I called them woodsies because I always wore them when I was with him. Yeah. They were these cups that taped on you.
Yeah.
And so we had this one scene.
We weren't in bed, though. She
that's
pulled
right.
on. Usually I pull something on her. She got me on this one.
What'd you do with the woodsies?
Well, I had them on, and I was supposed to drop a robe, which actually was a scene that we came up with. And I dropped a robe, and the camera was from behind, so all you saw was my naked back going down in his face, which he had a fake mustache on, and he, like this. And I had written, "Hi, Woodsy." There you go. He never saw it. I said, "What did you mean? Look." He goes, "I was looking everywhere."
Trying to be a gentleman, you know.
So you guys, okay, Bo and Nora, you guys have been married twice. Now the first wedding, you guys were married by Little Richard, and then you guys danced down the aisle. Let's take a look.
You have that?
Can you send me your kids? I still feel the
Well, Little Richard showed up for blocking, and then we started rehearsing and blocking and everything. It took forever, and then all of a sudden he announced, you know, I'm only here until about 5 o'clock. I got a gig.
Oh, wow.
So we did all his close-ups
Yeah.
and everything in the wedding, and then we were actually married by Ray Hostin.
It was our stage
manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Now, Hillary, I hear on the last day of filming, you got a very, very special present from Bob.
I
What
did.
was that?
It was very beautiful.
What was
Do
it?
you have it?
Oh, do we have it?
No, get it.
Seriously, this man means a lot to me, and I'm probably gonna just
That's verklempt.
Oh.
She's verklempt.
This is my rubber chicken. It's sort of been a part of.
It's now my rubber chicken.
Yeah, it is, because it's the targets, Hillary and Phil
Philly.
Carey.
Yeah.
Philly, I used to terrorize with this. There'd be a
Philly
scene, and
gets so
all of a
mad.
sudden, if you see this thing back and it goes like this.
What do your spouses think of each other, of him? What does your husband think of him and your wife think
They
of you?
don't really know what we do for a living.
They don't.
You know what?
As long as the
Actually,
check's clear, it's
our
okay.
spouses wish we were our characters.
Bob and Hillary, we love you so much. Thank you so much for giving us what you have given us. Thank you to Robert S. Wood and Hillary B. Smith. We'll be right back with Cassie and James DePaiva. And stay tuned for Daytime History when Judith Light reunites with her One Life to Live castmates for the first time in almost 30 years.
This is Carrie from Detroit.
Hi. The View Salutes One Life to Live will continue on ABC.
Nice.
To Live, the real-life love story of Cassie and James DePaiva has spanned almost 20 years. But as Max and Blair, love often equaled pain, literally. Take a look.
Where are we?
We're in Ace's tack room, where he had his heart attack, remember?
Oh, what are we doing here? And what? What's with
Max, Max, you have to be very still.
You drugged me. You drugged me and you brought me here. What is going on?
Max, it's all right. Don't worry about a thing. I have good news. In fact, excellent news. I have finally figured out a way to cure your brain damage.
Twist of fate, right? You literally owe your marriage to the show, like the
My
two of you.
child, everything.
Everything,
Yes.
everything. So it was. Well, you were on the show 5 years before Cassie came, right?
Probably, at least that, yes.
Yeah, 5 lonely years.
5 lonely years.
She came into your life, and then the two of you got married. It's been 20. Is it?
No,
Not quite.
15,
15.
15 years?
15 and a half, yes.
And
it feels like 30, but you know.
Was it? Okay, describe the first time that you saw one another, and then first scenes, and then was it love at first sight? Everybody needs to know.
No.
That was a quick answer.
Actually, we'd met in a bar and she thought I was a jerk. So, and I had too many drinks and I didn't remember.
Oh.
So when she came to the show, I said, wow, she looks familiar. What? Gave her a big hug and I went, uh-oh, this is trouble.
Yeah.
How did you remind him?
Well, it was interesting. Our first scenes that we did together, I think they aired earlier in the segment. Blair falls off this horse, and actually I was cast
I was a recast. And so turn around and it's me. And I immediately, after it airs, Linda Gottlieb, the producer at the time, calls me up and goes, "You can't play this." And I said, "What are you talking about?" "You're playing the end of the story. You're playing too much chemistry." And I'm like going, I can't control that.
But you know what's so funny is Max and Blair, throughout the years, have had this relationship, this kind of War of the Roses relationship. Oh, yeah. But how was it knowing you had this kind of relationship and then you still had to go home together? How was that?
Well, the going home was easy. It was very, no, together and happy. You know, you'd have these wonderful scenes and threaten each other's life or have these wonderful, torrid love scenes. The problem came when we started having love scenes with other people.
Yeah.
Okay. And then going home after that, because your partner's there watching in the studio.
It's very, very tough. Jealousy, you know, is love's shadow. So
it is hard.
That's what I say anyway. And it was really difficult. I mean, believe me, any actor, we can know that it's all technical and stuff, but you're watching, you go, well, that's my man up there. He's like, I don't think he should be doing that. He's saving that for me.
She handled it a lot worse than I did. Put it that way.
Well, listen, I am an aging slut. Blair, you know, I have made. You gotta love her. Blair is every woman's dream. Yes. I'm making a career out of it, honey.
And every man's nightmare.
I'm going to ask you about Todd.
Yes.
About the relationship between you and Todd and how you always found this sort of the bad boy who you found good in. How did that work for you?
Well, you know also that Todd and Blair are so dysfunctional. Todd especially is so dysfunctional. Yes. And there is a human element to these characters that you really, really want to root for them. I mean, Vicky's tried to save Todd his whole career, and Blair and Todd together are trouble, but we're entertaining. And I think that's the entertainment factor of those two characters has been the strength of its longevity.
I'm going to add to the mix here because before Max locked eyes with Blair, there was a certain sexy redhead who had his attention, and unfortunately, she didn't always seem to return those same feelings. Take a look.
Repeat after me. I, Tina, take thee, Max, to be my wedded husband.
I, Tina, take thee, Cord. Oh, what I meant was... Look, what I meant to say was that I take thee, Max.
No, Tina.
No, Max, please take my hand. You know what I meant to say?
You said it. I heard it. We all heard it. I can't go through with this marriage.
Tina had feelings for Max.
Yes, I did.
She always loved Cord.
I did. But
what was special about that relationship?
The one with Cord, from the minute that Cord showed up, there was just John Loprino, who's not here today, but he was, there was an instant chemistry, and I think he brought out a sweetness and a naturalness to Tina that, didn't always show being the sort of flashy, witchy character that she was.
I have to tell you that when you two finally got together a couple of months ago, Cord had mellowed and he made Tina grow up. And I thought that was so brilliant, the way it happened.
I love this. We want to thank you all for being here. James, Cassie, DePaiva, and Andrea Evans. Hey, we are going to be right back, so you don't want to go anywhere. This is actually...
Up next, The View's making daytime history with the return of Judith Light, the woman behind one of the most shocking moments in daytime history.
In 1979, TV and Broadway star Judith Light had all our jaws hanging open in one of the most shocking moments in soap history. Take a look.
How much more do you want, Mr. Galveston? Haven't I said what everyone wants to hear? What you want everyone to hear?
that I am a common hooker like Katrina Carr? That Marco Dane was my pimp? Is that what you want me to say? What do you want from me?
Please welcome Judith Light.
This time, he's where you go when it looks like the rainbow again. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day I promise, 'cause the only love I can
Thank you. So gracious, you guys. Hello to all of you.
I'm gonna give you that Emmy all over again.
Okay, honey, thanks. And I'll give you some too.
You joined the cast of One Life to Live in 1979. You played the character of Karen Wallach.
That's right.
You were a doctor's wife by day.
That's right.
And you were a prostitute at night.
That's right.
And
Oh,
we saw
I had that life once.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
It's exhausting.
It's overrated.
Now,
that too.
You didn't think you'd ever end up on a soap opera.
No, it's not that I didn't think I would end up on a soap opera.
Okay.
I distinctly said I never, ever, ever would be on one or do one.
Why did you say that?
Because, and I had said that when I came to New York, I'd been in repertory theater for years in the same place that actually Erica was in, which was one of the places was the Milwaukee Repertory Theater. And I came to New York at the appropriate time after I'd been in rep for a little while, and I said to my parents, who were living in upstate New York, I said, you know what, I'm never gonna do a soap opera and I'm never gonna do a sitcom, just so you know. Clearly, I am not a person of my word. So, I was really down and out. I was broke. I didn't have any money. My unemployment was running out. And my agent called and she said, they want to see you for a standby, an understudy for a day, because there was an actress who was playing the part before me who was not well. And I said, like, not even the part on a soap opera? You mean like an understudy? And she said, look, you have no money, so you just shut up and take it. And I did. And when I was there, our producer at the time, Joe Stewart, said to me, if we were to do a storyline like this, what would you do with this character? Wow. It was so fascinating and so interesting. And what happened was I watched the way these people worked. And I realized that I had been incredibly prejudiced. And I was looking my nose down at this work and these people who are killing themselves and producing magnificent work, an hour of programming every day. And I said, my problem, my issue. They had me audition for it, and I got the part. And it really changed my life.
I want to ask you one quick
Yes,
question,
darling.
may I? Okay, you met your husband, Robert Desiderio, on the show.
Who you love.
Who I love so much. He is the sweetest, most wonderful guy. Did you guys get along right away, or
Yes.
did it take a while?
No, it was instant. It was absolutely instant. The chemistry was instant.
Are these shows of yours like dating services? Everybody's...
It's like Match.com or JDate. Either, I mean, no. I mean, no, what happens is you are working so intently and so closely and so, I mean, you're spending hours and hours and hours of time with people. And it is really, you get to know each other and you really...
It could be dangerous if you're already married.
Yes, it could be very dangerous. And but you have this really, you have a family. I mean, it is what you all watch every day. It is what you see us do is you are our family and we are your family. And it is so for us, too.
You know what? You were also a part of another family, which we absolutely love, because you left One Life to Live in 1982, and the following year...
Because of Robert.
Because of Robert.
It was Robert's idea. He said, you have to go, you have to try, and I said, no, I don't. And he said, no, you have to go to California. You have to at least try. He said, you can come back, but you have to try.
Well, you went out, you stepped out, you tried, you landed the role of Angela Bauer on Who's the Boss? Now, with Tony Danza, and that's Alyssa Milano. Now, it's what's interesting is you went from this extremely dramatic role on One Life to Live to doing a comedy. How did that happen? How did you, and for 5 seasons, how did you do that? How was it?
Well, again, you know, when you have repertory theater experience like we had, you got to play all different kinds of roles. So I knew I could do those things, but other people didn't know that I could do those things. But our producers on Who's the Boss said, we see something in her and we see something in the two of them together.
I want to let everybody know, too, and remind them that you are on the Broadway play, Other Desert Cities.
If any of you are in town or you live here or you're here for a while, this play, Other Desert Cities, is so special, and it's at the Booth Theater, and it's an incredible, beautiful cast. And I just, you know, Justin Kirk from Weeds and Rachel Griffith from 6 Feet Under and Brothers and Sisters and Stockard Channing and Stacey Keach. It's really remarkable.
Well, thank you so much. We just love
so
you.
Happy to be
we
here.
are happy. Our thanks to Judith Light. You can see her now on Broadway in Other Desert Cities at the Booth Theater. We'll be right back.